So we wrote a book that people are scared to buy. We were at a couple of marriage conferences, and Monica and I were selling our latest book, which is called Lovemaking. And we lay it out on the table, and people come over to see, oh, look, what this young couple, they have books in front of them. What kind of books do you think they wrote? And then they look down, they see the title Lovemaking, How to Talk About Sex with Your Spouse. Their eyes bulged. Like, oh, that. And they immediately left the table. It's hard I understand, to be sitting in any type of room with your, just casually reading. You don't go to the doctor's office and have Lovemaking open so people can see, like, hey, I have trouble talking to my spouse about sex. Let me announce that to you with this great cover, though the cover is pristine. Ave Maria, great job. I understand that there is still this hesitation and fear and a little bit of shame and guilt of like, I shouldn't have a problem with talking to my spouse about sex. I shouldn't have an issue with sex in my marriage. And buying this book seems kind of like I'm conceding the fact that, like, yeah, I struggle with this and maybe I do need it. So we've found that we sell less books in person than we do online, which is fine. Thank you, the internet, for that. One of the things that we found in this conference is that after Monica explained why we wrote the book, because it's us sharing our story of all of our struggles, and it's our story starting the conversation for you. So you don't have to bring up any of the nitty-gritty details with your spouse. Let us do it for you through awkward conversations, through kind of silly stories, but very authentic sharing from Monica and I through the book. You get our story, our healing, all of the junk that God healed us from in our marriage, and we share that very honestly and openly with you so that you can then take that and be like, okay, if they struggled, it's okay if we struggle. Because ultimately, we feel very alone in this area of sex. We feel like we should be able to do better and feel like this is maybe just an us issue. And we wrote this to say, no, it's not. You could have read Theology of the Body and all of the great Catholic sex books out there and still struggle, and that's okay. And there's places you can move from here. There is still hope that the Lord is still at work. And look, this is what he did with us. And after we shared that, people came to our table and were no longer ashamed because they realized that this is not about us, not about other people, but this is about you and your marriage and what God wants to do in your marriage. Go over to AveMariaPress.com and check out our book, Lovemaking, How to Talk About Sex with Your Spouse with no shame, no more shame. And read it openly in the doctor's office. And when people ask questions, send them over to our website. Send them over to our Instagram page. But for today and tomorrow, there's a flash sale, 40% off. And we would love for you to get 1 copy or 10. Share them with all the newlywed, oldly wed, all the couples, all the Catholic couples you know that we would benefit from this with no shame. Proudly hold it up. And ultimately, thank you for the support. We do this for you because we feel like God did so much in our marriage that it would be a shame not to share it with everyone, because we know God wants to do the similar things and even greater things with your marriage.